Well, we're back in the road trip across America. It's January 6th, 2025. It's been a while since I've been out, but I'm now going to Sacramento, California, with stops through Bakersfield, Manteca, Fresno, not exactly in that order, Stockton, going through Sacramento, California, with stops through Bakersfield, Manteca, Fresno, not exactly in that order, Stockton, going through Sonoma County, and places in between. I decided to go the corridor of the 99 instead of the 5 because it's along the central artery of Central California, so there's more towns here. And throughout this trip, we're going to be really revealing different things about the towns in terms of real estate and what to look for. So let's start with, and I don't even know if I mentioned that at the beginning, of Bakersfield. Bakersfield is a city close and dear to my heart. My dad came here as a little boy with his 3 brothers, 2 sisters, and they came from Oklahoma, literally as little kids in an open-air car all the way through Oklahoma. And I remember when I was a kid, we used to go to Bakersfield all the time. I was not real fond of Bakersfield. It was really hot in the summer and really cold and foggy and misty in the winter. There was a sign on the 5 just outside of the Grapevine as you came down that steep path. There was a sign to the right, Fun Sun, Stay Play. Now, as a kid in all my brilliance, I renamed it Arrive, Eat, Gas, Leave. But over the years, Bakersfield became an outlying bedroom community of LA. In other words, people were willing to live in Bakersfield and commute up the 5 through the Grapevine into LA. So it started to grow. And in Bakersfield, you're going to find traditional wholesale real estate, boarded up, vacant, just plain ugly, closer to the city center, and really north, south, east, and west for quite a few blocks. I remember many years ago, before my grandma died, marveling at new ways that we needed to take to get to where she lived because of the urban sprawl. Now, there's a lot of that going on. Bakersfield is aging as well, but there's a lot of opportunity for wholesale, boarded, just plain vacant. More, they've turned into distress rentals because, as we've said in California, that any real estate is snapped up, so you got to have options. And how are you going to approach that deal? Is it a subject to? Is it an owner financing? Is there another way to work with the seller who's distressed? And with what's going on potentially with the economy, and many people are predicting a 2008 crash, and I guarantee you those who do not like President Trump are praying for it. Those people who do appreciate President Trump see the signs of an improving economy. Yet we live in California, which is just being strangled by socialism. California, you should pay very close attention. Is the case, it will be proven that socialism doesn't work. work. You've got big corporations leaving in and out, which is got a big distribution center just about 2 miles away from where I live in Eastvale, has now their corporate offices, and In-N-Out was founded in Southern California, you all know that, is now moving out of the state. So California is teetering. So what does that mean? Well, it means that there could be greater opportunities in places like Bakersfield as the real estate direction, the economy begins to shift and go downward. So Bakersfield gives you a good opportunity, more likely distressed rentals, but there are older pockets of Bakersfield, which means older situations, families in potential distress. If you find those, then you want to have options for them. So as we go on in these videos, we're going to talk more and more about these options, but one clear option, particularly in California, Southern California, is owner financing. And it's becoming more and more difficult for younger people to get loans. And one of the ways to increase your portfolio is to buy residences and then owner finance with a balloon payment that forces the issue at some point, maybe after about 3 years, for the new prospective owner to be able to get financing or they get out. So if you have an extended ability to be able to do that, that's a good idea. Subject to is another strategy that is working in California, subject to the existing loan. Now you have to have people in distress, and there typically shouldn't be a lot of competition for the house that you're talking about. But those are some things in Bakersfield. Now there's plenty of other towns through this corridor. I just passed Fresno about 40 minutes ago. Fresno is really known as a great gateway to Yosemite. I used to work up at a Camp Sugar Pine, above Oakhurst, above Fresno. Was there for about 9 months. Wish really that I was there for longer than that. Had I been more mature, I probably would have been. But you know, you live and learn as you're younger, and you're taking risks. I was actually a program director for a camp, and it was a very trying experience that had I known more of course, now many years later, or what I know now, I would have been able to absorb that a lot better. But knowing is important, so let's take it back to real estate. What is it about real estate you need to know? Well, Fresno is like Bakersfield, older, established cities, so you're going to find a lot of the older, more distressed houses closer to the center, but the urban sprawl is aging significantly. That doesn't mean that there's not new stuff coming up there. There always is. That, of course, is can be a bedroom community to some of the other outlining cities. Definitely, Fresno is too far away to be any kind of a bedroom community to places like LA. But there are good opportunities, subject to owner financing. There is wholesale opportunities that may be more closer to distressed rentals. And if you get distressed rentals, what you're going to move them over to and get some kind of a payday. So those are some options. So again, as the economy begins to shift, if we do get something to a 2008, even though right now, as I share this video, there are a lot of signs of a strongly improving economy. And we got to be ready for this, because more people who are in distress financially and barely hanging on, and arguably there are a lot of people like that. There's potential options there. So Fresno presents a good opportunity. And I'm just now coming into the town of Madera. Now, I used to, for a short time, this was the area that I often went and visited churches, talked to camp youth pastors who were looking at coming up to our camp. We're coming up to our camp. We always did a lot of PR down here. So I in and out of this area. Now, this area Madera is another gateway to Yosemite. So you're going to get a lot of people who are going to be moving in and out of this area. Again, Madera offers the opportunity in the city center for the older, typically more distressed areas, offering chances for different investment opportunities, older places. I'm driving now and looking and seeing a lot of opportunities like that, and you get to sprawl some of the newer places. I'm all of a sudden just driving right by some of those. A lot of like that right by the highway, because there is now more travel that goes on in between the cities, and we're passing 145 now, which is one of the main entrances into the back part of Yosemite. So Madera is definitely grown up big. Looking to the left, seeing a beautiful sunset. If you haven't done photography, and I do a lot of it, the golden hour is always amazing. And there's some clouds in the background. They're actually illuminated by the sun and just exploding out there. Otherwise, it's clear, but there's the clouds there. So you always have opportunity for pictures. Pictures often lead me to real estate, often lead me downtown. That's exactly where we're going through right now here in Madera, and lots of opportunity with real estate. You're going to find the distressed rentals, maybe some wholesale, and there is actually more wholesale the more you get in Central California. Always has been, because you are more depressed economically, people struggling more, so there are opportunities out here, no question, coming up and down this area. So Madera, you would look for boarded up vacant, just plain ugly. You'd look for distressed rentals. You look for opportunities to get in as an investment, owner financing, and then subject to the loan is another thing, and more that is going to be happening. So there's a lot of opportunity here in Central California. It's something that we should look at. On the video, I'm going to have some stats about each of the cities that we're talking about. So we'll start with Bakersfield, we'll go to Fresno, we'll go to Madera. So you'll have some of those added on there, and then some of the opportunities as well. And look at it as the central part of California is a gold mine for the traditional strategies of real estate. And always the base strategy has always been wholesale. Boarded up vacant, just plain ugly. That's why a lot of people get into real estate, is because there's not a lot of money that it costs you to get into it. But it takes a tremendous amount of skill. Anybody will tell you that. That's why you get so many people
in about 10
who
miles,
get burned out
toward Merced.
or stop doing it. And that is a definite issue. So, in this road trip across America, California is big enough to be a massive country as its own, as we all know, be like 12th or 13th in gross national product. If it was a country of itself, California is also a socialism experiment. And when you see and hear of big companies leaving California because of incredibly high taxation, and that's trying to spread the wealth around. America was founded on freedom, free market strategies, and that's why it exploded to become the greatest country in the world. Rugged individualism, people picking up their bootstraps and making it happen. Well, people who are looking for power, and that is, this is a one-party state. There is no opposition party. The Republicans have been long gone. This party is run by one political party, and you can see as far as the policies and what's going on. So some of these things I'm talking about with the economic crash and things like that are very likely could happen here in California. So take a look at Bakersfield, take a look at Fresno, take a look at Madera, and we're going to come in to some other cities and we'll talk about them as we go through.